Who is it? Who is it? Who could it be? Welcome to Who Is It Jueves with me, your host, La Maestra Loca. Each and every jueves, you can find me here on my YouTube channel interviewing some of the most inspirational educators I have ever had the pleasure of knowing. And with my Loca Lineup, which is 11 carefully curated questions that I have designed to really get at the depth, the core of this educator, you will be walking away inspired and knowing these teachers on a level that you never thought possible. And who knows, you might even walk away with a few tricks up your sleeve on a FriYay Eve. Let's get to it. Who is it? Who could it be? Who is it? Who is it? Jueves who? Just tell us who. Thanks for being here. Love you, teacher. Welcome back to Who Is It Jueves with me, La Maestra Loca. I am so excited because today I have somebody who is an educator, an incredible educator, who left the classroom to continue education of teacher adults who are hot messes like me. Although she is very affirming and never says that we are hot messes and loves us anyways, despite all of the disastrous stuff that we bring her. So you know her, you love her, the one and only Lisa MCH. Hi, Lisa, how are you?
I'm good. I'm really excited to talk to you because I've been having a kind of morning and I'm like, I get to talk to Annabelle. It's going to be good.
It is going to be good. And these are short and sweet and it's going to make you feel good. I'm confident and it's going to make everybody else feel good who's watching. So yay. The first thing I'd like you to do, this is not part of the Loca lineup. It is just my first question, which is, who are you? What did you teach? What do you teach now? And where are you? Yay.
All right. Yay. My name is Lisa McCarg. I taught mostly high school Spanish for 10 years, but I've taught everything. I did a maternity leave where I taught kindergartners through seniors all in one school. So I've literally taught it all. I left the classroom in December of 2021. And I now teach. I work with a lot of teachers, a lot of online business owners, and just random people. And I teach them how to declutter, organize, and maintain their digital spaces. So things like your email inbox, your computer, Google Drive, Canva, things like that. I live in Lincoln, Nebraska with my husband and my daughter. And yeah, that's me in a nutshell.
That's perfect. And I love you. Okay. Lisa has literally changed my life in many levels. Specifically, I think the biggest thing for me was email. I took her email course. What is that called?
Tame Your Inbox.
Tame Your Inbox. I took the email course and I didn't realize how much time I was spending every day just filtering through the junk. And I got my life back. So, and my email is currently, you'll be very proud, my inbox has 15 unread, which is not bad. And there's 15 things that I still need to handle before I can move them into folders. So like literally she took me from an inbox of like 85,000 to 30. Like what?
Right.
So good. Okay, here we go. Lisa, if you could describe yourself as a dessert, what would it be?
Oh, it's tough because I really like desserts. Okay, so I gave birth to my daughter 10 years ago. And as a result of that, I became lactose intolerant at like my late 20s, and I was not before. So like going to a restaurant, I never get desserts. So I would be like a super rich, delicious, dairy-free chocolate cake with some dairy-free ice cream. That's not really ice cream, but like that's what I would be.
The dairy-free ice cream is so fire, though. Memphis is
there are some really good options.
And there are some really fire ice creams.
Yes.
Excellent. Number 2, what is your favorite rejoinder, or was your favorite rejoinder when you were in the classroom?
I was not I was not a big rejoinder person.
Interesting.
I know, right? And it was kind of like all the rage when I was teaching. Um, I guess like the word I said all the time, and I know like every one of my students had, is oye, which is like kind of like I learned it in Mexico. So my brain, it's a Mexican word for like, hey. And that was always like, oh, hey guys, I forgot to tell you something. Whoops, like come back to me, or like, hey, we're done. Like, oye, like, let's go. Even though I was talking to a group of people and it should have been like, oigan, I know that. Don't come at me. But,
Yeah.
you know, I always
Yeah.
just said, oye.
That's awesome. I love that. Yeah, that's rejoinder. That counts.
Yeah. Okay.
If you could be instantly fluent in any other language, what would it be?
Right now it would be Italian. I just got back from 2 weeks in Italy with my husband and daughter, and I did not speak any Italian. I speak Spanish, and I took 3 years of French in college. But I did like 225 days of Duolingo, which I have feelings about Duolingo. I was like, just see if I can pick some stuff up. And I have to apologize to the evil duo owl because as I was learning, it made me say stupid stuff like the children search for Easter eggs or search for eggs on Easter, like all the time. I was like, oh my, I'm not going to be talking about Easter eggs in Italy in November, but okay, duo, whatever, you know. But because of that, I knew the word for to look for. And my sister-in-law, who's also with us, lost her cell phone. Spoiler alert, it was in her pocket the whole time. But it's like, hey, I know how to say, like, the woman is looking for her phone because of those stupid Easter eggs. And there was a lot of things I thought were like really dumb to talk about, but I ended up using it like in different contexts. So I had to apologize to the evil duo
I'm
owl.
so
That was
sorry,
fun.
Owl. It's
Yeah,
so
sorry,
good.
owl. I apparently did need to know about searching for Easter eggs. Kind
That's
of.
really cool. Yay,
Yeah, so right
Italian.
now it'd probably be Italian.
Mariana De Mayo is an amazing Italian teacher, and she's teaching with Express Fluency. So if you ever want to take a virtual Zoom Italian class,
I might have to talk to you about
she's
that.
so joyful. God, she's so joyful. Okay, here we go. What is one thing you could never teach without? And you can do it with your profession or like teaching in the classroom.
One thing I could never teach without. I mean, this is like hurts my Spanish teacher's soul to say, but right now it's Zoom because most people I work with are remote. But like I taught at a private school during the pandemic, and so I taught. I taught on Zoom a lot. It was terrible, and I hated it. But now I use Zoom all the time. Prior to that, I would probably just say like my whiteboard and markers. I had a whole talk like and I work with teachers, you know, and cleaning out like their resources and Google Drives and stuff. I'm like, you know what? You're a good teacher. You could walk into an empty room and do a great lesson. You don't need to save 8 million things. Like, give me like a whiteboard and a marker or chalk and a chalkboard, and I can
Yeah,
have a really engaging, great like
100%.
class because you are the one. Like, what was it, Marzano, whoever was like a big author when I was starting teaching, was like the most important thing or most thing that makes the most difference in the classroom is the teacher. So
Yeah.
give me
Yeah.
a whiteboard and some markers and I'm probably good to go.
And we can do it. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
so good. What is a weird food combination that you swear by?
A weird food combination I swear by. I don't know that I have that many. I will say like this, I guess this is a Nebraska thing. It might be an Iowa thing too, but like growing up, like in now like school lunches, you would have chili, like the soup, and then cinnamon rolls. Always together. You always have cinnamon rolls with chili. Like it's just a thing. Not together. Like there's no dunking, there's no dipping. There was an incident where
But
Alton
when you're
Brown,
eating
who
chili, you have a cinnamon roll?
yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Like that's like your side dish. Yeah. Like always.
not even as a
Um,
dessert. It's like it's just you get it with.
yeah, it's like yeah. You have a bowl of chili, and then you always serve cinnamon rolls with chili.
I've
And when
never
I was
heard that.
growing up, yeah, my school made like the best, like big ones with like white frosting. Um,
Huh.
and then there's a place here in Lincoln. There used to be a department store called Miller and Payne that sold cinnamon rolls, but they were like, I don't know, actual cinnamon. They didn't have frosting. It's not as good.
Huh.
Um, But yeah, that's just like a thing. And I guess it's just a Nebraska thing, maybe Iowa a
Yeah.
little bit too. But yeah, Alton Brown came here, if you know who he is from like the Food Network and Food Guide. And he heard about this, but he didn't have the right intel. So he thought we like dunked the cinnamon roll into the chili. And there's a video of him. And collectively the state is like, no. Because that's not what you do. It's just
No,
like
it's just like it
like
goes together.
yeah, it's just like what you have. It's like potatoes and gravy. I guess those you mix, whatever. It's just like what you have together. You always have a
Yeah.
cinnamon roll if you're having chili. Just a thing.
It's fascinating. What is one tip you have for teachers who are new to teaching?
Oh gosh. So many, because I was a hot mess express. I think it was probably year 3 before I had any clue what I was doing. Like, let's be honest. So my first year of teaching, if I could go back, I would be like, this is going to sound bad, but don't try to be like a good teacher. Don't try to be the teacher that's doing all the things. Yep. I think that first year is really about survival and keeping it really, really simple. So don't like I have to do 7 new activities every single day and do all of this stuff. Like, find like 3 activities that are really core that you can do again and again and again with any unit, any content, and just stick to those. And now if you hate it and it bombs, like boot one out and try something new.
Yeah.
Also, like, my friends, you got to walk before you can run. Don't roll in and be like, I'm hosting a Socratic seminar 100% in the target language with my Spanish 2s or like whatever. Because you're not. You're not. That's maybe not an appropriate task for a Spanish 2, but like, no offense, you don't have those skills yet. You will someday.
Yeah.
You don't
word
in your first year. You just don't. And you're not going to be writing an integrated performance assessment. Like, you're not writing an IPA from scratch your first year because you don't have those skills yet. Like, you're just not. And also, like, cut yourself some slack, man. I look back at my first year and I'm like, oh, that was bad. I'm so sorry, every student who had me, because that assessment was so bad. And like, oh, I'm so sorry. But there were great things I did too that like I continued to do every year I taught. But like,
I still need to be kinder to my first year self. I feel like I still need to cut myself slack for my first year. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
That's what I'm saying. You're not going to be teacher of the year. You're going to be surviving. It's like, sorry. Okay. Yeah.
Because that word "yet" is so powerful. Oh my God, my dog is going to go nuts. The mailman parked outside our house. What a dummy. Clearly doesn't know our house. Must be somebody new. Okay. Will you do a brain break with me?
Yeah.
Okay. This one is simple. 2 fingers. 2 fingers, but looking like this.
Okay.
Yeah, you're pointing at it.
Wait, I got to mirror you. Okay. No, I don't want to mirror you. Oh, okay. Got it. Okay.
Now chase this one. Chase it. It's called chasing 2s. Chase it, and swap.
Oh, no.
And go the other way.
I can do this. I can't look at you and do it, but I can do it. I'm like, I don't know if this is like an ADHD thing, but like I can do stuff like this, but I have to like kill one sense. And right now that's my vision.
Yes.
And I can do it. That's 30. I like it.
Well done. Yeah. Chasing 2s. That's a good one.
You can do that in the target language. So easy too. And be like, corre, or because persigue doesn't work quite as well. If you're
so good, huh? I love that one. Dog didn't notice the mailman. That's exciting. Okay. What is your favorite activity for the classroom? You have to think
favorite activity for the class.
The thing you miss the most.
Oh gosh. Okay. I am an odd duck. I'm also a rather dark duck. So I would write stories. Like I had a story about this guy and he wants to get his pet. He wants to get a pet snake and his best friend's like, no, you shouldn't get a snake. That's a horrible pet. You can't cuddle with it, whatever. And the guy's like, whatever, I'm gonna get a snake. And he buys like a giant, huge snake. And the next morning, his friend's cat has gone missing. And also, or like you see the snake come up and it has like the cat's name is Fluffy. It has a fluffy shaped bump like in the snake. And I would do these stories with my kids. I taught high school. I wouldn't do this with elementary necessarily. But I would just kind of feel weird. dark stories like that. But then like as an extension activity, we don't know. And the snake's name, I can't remember what its name was. It might have been like Sienna or something, which means innocence. It means innocent, like the snake was intentionally named in the story. And so then we would say, I'm like, we don't know that the snake ate it. So they would come up with like, I had 4 alternative endings that like, and again, I was a dark, weird duck. One of them was like the friend that had the cat took the snake and like barbecued it and ate it. And one of them was like the guy that owned the snake squeezed it like a tube of toothpaste and the cat popped out and was totally fine. And one of them was like they found the cat was just like under the guy's bed and it was fine and the snake hadn't hurt the cat. And like I would have students come up with alternative endings as well. So I had a lot of weird stories like that. And I miss kids being like, wait, does that say what I think it says? Like, McCarg, are you okay? I'm like, well, probably not. So I miss kind of doing that kind of weird stuff and seeing kids' reactions and them having fun with it and then like making it their own as well.
I knew that you were different, but I never pictured the dark. That's really interesting.
Yeah, some of them got a little.
That's compelling though. With high schoolers, that's so compelling.
Yeah.
Even with
they would read it and they're like, wait, does that say what I think? I think that was like the darkest one, but we co-wrote a story once about a cow. It lived somewhere really cold and it turned blue and it also ate a lot of blueberries and then it ate so many it ended up exploding. So we had that happen as well.
Oh my God. Please.
Yeah.
What is your favorite word in Spanish?
Oh, I have so many. I really, the Mexican word for straw is papote. I think it is. It's been a long time. Papote. I like the word piropo. I don't like the meaning of it. It's like catcalling, but I like piropo.
It's always the fun words to say.
I studied in a town called Querétaro, which is fun because it has like a weird accent. I like asombrarse for some reason.
She's already given us 4 words. How many?
I know there's more. I like again, I'm kind of dark. I like atropellarse, which is to run over. Atropellar. I just think it's fun to say.
You're too
to run over. Yeah.
What number am I thinking of?
10. Do I get a between or just any number?
Very close.
Do I have a range?
10. He was close. He said 10.
I didn't. Oh. Okay. Do I have a range or just any number? Because I'm
any number.
Well, now I'm going to pick like 11.
Oh, it was 9.
Otherwise, I would have been like 1,867.
I mean, that's a lot of pressure to put on somebody with ADHD.
Yeah.
Okay, your bonus question before the last question.
11
is
11.
What is something that teachers can do right now today to start the process of getting their Google Drive feeling better? And you only have 1 minute.
Snowman.
Okay. That's terrible for me. I have ADHD. I go on and on. Okay. So many people are like, it's a mess. I can't find anything. You're going to start with whatever unit you are teaching right now. And unit can be a textbook unit. It can be a story. It can be a novel. It can be a topic, whatever you're teaching about right now. You are going to make a folder. Let's say you're teaching, there's a really cute little clip chat movie called Alma. It's about a girl who's creepy. She gets turned into a creepy doll. You might know it. Anyways, you make a folder called Alma. And then as you're teaching, every time you use something for Alma, you're going to move it into that folder. So next time you teach Alma, it's all there. And then when you go on, you start teaching your next unit, create a folder, name it that unit. And every time you use something with that unit, you put it into that folder. And that way it's sustainable. You're not spending hours like hunting and looking for stuff. Just as you use it, you move it. And so the next time you teach that unit or that topic, everything you need is contained in one space and easy to find for you. And the next time you use it, you can create subfolders, you can work on file names, you can do whatever you need to do and like baby steps, make it a little bit better. It's a long game.
No, I love that. And you did do it succinctly. I'm very proud of you.
That's really hard for me. You know this.
Yeah. You did it. And the end, Lisa will share different ways that you can learn from her. But my number 1 recommendation is get on this woman's email list, because her emails are so short, so easy, and there's always something of value. Or follow her on Instagram because her stories are really, really good too. Or do both. Okay. The last question. What is something your students, and I want you to focus on your current students, teachers, okay? Your current students.
All right.
What is something your current students or business owners, teachers or business owners, will say about you 30 years from now when they think back to their time learning from you digitally, virtually, on Zoom, taking your courses, working with you?
I think it's going to be that I explained things clearly and like made it make sense, because so often you go and you read the help documentation or you watch a general like tutorial on YouTube or something, and it's just kind of like general, like, here's how you do this, but it's not, there's no, what am I trying to say? There's no like example of how, there's no real life example. There's no like, here's how you actually use this in your situation. So for me, when I work with people, I really want to know, like, if you're a teacher, what do you teach? Are your classes like semester long, year long, whatever? How many preps do you have? Do you use a textbook? Did you buy a curriculum to make your own stuff? Like, I want to know about your situation, so that I can then tailor things to you. So a lot of times when I explain stuff, it is step by step. It's a video. You can click along with me. And I'm also like literally just telling you exactly what to do. And like, for example, here's an example like this. Here's an example like that. So hopefully in 30 years, they're like, it was really easy to follow. It actually made sense. And it actually applied like to my situation.
I was still muted. Sorry. Memphis is homesick, so that's why he's been entering into the camera. I agree with all of that. And what's so interesting to me, we are both neurodivergent, diagnosed late in life.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
What's so interesting to me is before you knew this about yourself, stop. Don't steal those. They're my favorites. Okay, you can have those too. I have these cute little sticky notes that I'm so obsessed with.
Nice.
Before you knew about your diagnosis, you were so good, just as you are now, about breaking things down and making it so manageable. Like the fact that so I'm part of your Digital Clutter Cleanup Club. And every month the videos are not an hour long. It's super easy and manageable for me to watch. And then the way you break down the steps, it's like, that is something for people with ADHD. It's really hard for us to see the breakdown, really hard. Like, we only see the end project and then we're so overwhelmed that we never do it. And there comes the procrastination and all of the things and the task initiation, avoidance, and all these things. But your steps are so simple and it's so easy to get started. And you're like, no, just set a 5-minute timer. Just do it for 5 minutes. That's all you need to do.
Literally have a cube timer and a kitchen timer.
I mean, it's like, it's so manageable. And so I think it's really fascinating because you were good at that before your diagnosis. And I hope that now it's just becoming a little bit clearer, like, wow.
Everyone's always like, wow, how are you so good at this? And I'm like, 38 years of undiagnosed ADHD. It was really coping mechanisms. Why am I so hyper organized and good at being organized? Because if I'm not, it is chaos and I get very overwhelmed and I don't like it. Why am I so good at breaking things down, like, and making a list of like, do this, then do this, then do this? Because if I don't, it's too overwhelming. And like if my brain can't automatically figure out what should I do next. This is why I live by like a to-do list every day. Because I'm like, I don't know what I should do. I just look at the list and the list tells me what to do next. So why am I so good at this? 38 years of undiagnosed ADHD, and these were my coping mechanisms.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, I'm so grateful for you. You have impacted me in ways that you don't even know. So I'm grateful, and I'm glad that you could answer that question as a businesswoman now. Okay, before we go, how can people learn from you and connect with you and learn more from you?
Yeah, you can find me online at lisamch.com. The first 3 letters of my last name. That's hard to spell and hard to say. So lisamch.com. There's free resources. You can learn about courses. You can learn about and join the Digital Clutter Cleanup Club, which, as Annabelle said, the first of every month, a video comes out, and I purposely keep them short, and then a resource to help you make the most of that video. So it might be like, here's your steps, or here's a template, or whatever it is. And you can find me on Instagram. I'm Lisa J, as in John, Lisa J MCH on Instagram. And yeah, I spend most of my time in stories over there, chatting about organizing and books and stuff.
Yeah, your stories are so good. There's always tips. Every time I go, I'm like, oh, that's so good. Okay. Thank you, Lisa, for being my guest on Who Is It Jueves. I'm so happy
Thanks for having
to
me.
meet you. And thank you for all you're doing to help teachers make their digital lives a little less overwhelming and a little bit more manageable, because man, it's magic. Oh, I'm currently doing the challenge from last month's Digital Cleanup Club. I think it was last month. Yeah, last month with the camera roll.
Yes.
And I thought that statistic was, I know this is going 10 minutes longer than the interview was supposed to be, but that's okay. Sorry,
people.
everybody.
Keep watching. It's fun.
We're like, this is a disaster, the two of us. But I tagged you in a story, but you were in Italy, and I don't know if you saw.
I saw it though. I saw it.
Yeah, my starting number is 65,000 photos on my phone, and you have less than 400. Like, I cannot.
You're less than 400?
No, you have. No.
Oh, I have less. I'm like, yeah, I have 456 items in my camera roll right now.
I am so proud of myself, because I did the thing that you suggested of like telling somebody. I told the internet, right? I told people, everybody is my accountability partner.
Accountability.
Yes. And I have been every day when Fifi goes down for her first nap, I don't do anything until I have decluttered a little bit. And I can't remember how I can see my total number again, but I am down a lot. Like, my phone isn't freaking out every minute, because I'm one of those people that it tells me I have to delete every day. And again, once again, you're saving me so much time, because I'm not doing that every day, because I'm just chipping away. And all of the ways that you've helped me figure out how to find things. And I'm like, oh God, there's so many I can delete. I could just hold my finger and delete. Like last night, I deleted 400 videos very quickly. And I was like,
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
I want to like do a sticker and be like, boop. I love it.
Thank you.
I love stickers. I gave my high schoolers stickers when I was a teacher.
Every kid loves stickers.
Yes. I mean, I'm 30. I'm 39 now. I just had a birthday. I'm 39 and I love stickers. Let's not kid ourselves.
That is my favorite number, 39.
Yeah. Well, it's my age now. So I think that means it's going to be a good year.
It is. It's a fantastic year. You are the best. I'm so grateful for you. Thank you for joining me. And for those of you watching, thank you for watching. And we'll see you next jueves for Who Is It Jueves with La Maestra Loca. Adios.